Successful marketing really boils down to you knowing your target audience and then being able to strategically move them from being a potential customer to hopefully a repeat buyer.
And if you're struggling to kind of get your customer or your donor from point A to point B, our new series on the Obsessed Marketer, we're gonna go through this thing behind us right here. It's called a customer value journey, and it's from our partners at DigitalMarketer.com and Ryan Dice. It's a good framework for how you should be marketing your business or nonprofit, and we're gonna start going through it today, right here on the Obsessed Marketer. Hey. Welcome back to the Obsessed Marketer, the podcast designed for you, the small business owner or nonprofit leader looking to jumpstart your business with quick marketing strategies that you can take with you to increase your sales, reach, and growth. I'm Andrew Hayes.
And I'm Holland Berkey.
And we're here in a little different setup today because we're starting something brand new, as we just said. We're going to go through that customer value journey behind us, Holland.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. I actually just kind of went through a little training course with DigitalMarketer, which is somebody that we partner with. And this framework, it's chef's kiss.
Tried and true.
It is. We use this with all of our clients. It really just helps break down and really in digestible sections of where your customer will be at in their buying journey, in their donor journey, in anything like that. So I'm really excited it's something that I like and it makes sense to me. So I'm excited to be able to talk about it and share it with you guys.
Yeah, so Holland, why don't you kick it off? Let's just kind of step behind us here, and you want to kind of go over what this customer value journey thing is.
Yes, I will.
All right, let's go.
Okay, so first things first, let's just do a quick rundown of the CVJ. So it starts here at awareness. Awareness is just when a person becomes aware of you, very straightforward. Then we move into the engage stage, and this is where you start a relationship with your prospect, your client, your donor, anything like that. Then it moves over into subscribe. Subscribe is where the person gives you their contact information and lets you contact them, signing up for a newsletter, signing up for a webinar, stuff like that. Then we move into the convert stage, which is where they do either a small purchase or they attend the webinar that they signed up for. They're either giving you time or they're giving you money. They're giving you micro commitments. And then it moves over into the excite stage, which a lot of marketers tend to kind of forget about. The excite stage is all about making sure that your client, your customer had a good experience with their transaction. They're excited about your purchase. And then that'll funnel them into the ascend stage, which is shown as a ladder here. DigitalMarketer likes to put a ladder there where they're making a purchase, then maybe they make your mid purchase, and then maybe they make your top core offer, your expensive offer. And then from here, after they continue to buy from you, it moves into the advocate stage, which is when your customer is really liking your brand, they're sharing it with their friends, and then similarly, the promote stage, the final stage, is very much like the advocate stage, except here they are actively promoting your brand. They are going out on Twitter and tagging you, being like, hey, everybody go buy from this brand. I love them so much. So this is kind of how it is laid out. But a good thing to keep in mind is somebody doesn't come here and then snake through here and then loop back around. That's not how it works. Sometimes they might get caught in the engage and the subscribe, the convert. They might that's why you see these arrows. We'll have this in the show notes for you guys to download out, but sometimes people get stuck in little loops around here. So not everybody is just gonna immediately go through here. If your marketing strategy is sound and it's working, then you'll start seeing customers just loop through here. So that's just kind of an overarching look of the CVJ. And now we're gonna go super in depth on the awareness stage.
Thank you, Holland, for that. Very good explanation.
So
let's go into it. We're only gonna cover one of these squares here. And we're gonna start right from the very beginning. It's the aware stage, as we said. So what is the aware stage?
Yeah, well, it makes sense that the aware stage is the first stage because they need to become aware of you before they can buy from you or before they can become involved with you.
Well, and it's always kind of the first step, right? If you're starting your business or your nonprofit, of course, you're gonna want people to know about you.
And then once they get engaged with you a little bit, then they start to move along the CVJ, which we'll obviously get to in later episodes. Andrew, you weren't born knowing what McDonald's was, right?
Surprisingly no.
Surprisingly, no. I've seen those points on your McDonald's app, so that's honestly kind of surprising.
They're expiring. I don't go there enough. Sorry,
but
McDonald's.
So you don't know what McDonald's was straight out the womb. or Target for that instance, at some point you became aware of them.
Yes. Either when I'm a kid and I'm watching TV and there's the ba-da-ba-ba-ba or something like that, you know, advertising and stuff like that.
Yes, there's all these content strategies that these companies use to make you aware of them. And that goes for any kind of company, any kind of nonprofit. There's a lot of tactics we can use. So let's just jump right into one of the first ones, which is digital advertising, kind of like what you said. You saw a commercial or something. So digital advertising is a great way to get people to know who you are. And a big one of those would be like social media advertising, like Facebook.
Yes. In today's day and age, of course. We have an example here of actually one of our clients. They're a med spa located in kind of central United States. They are opening up a new location. And so we have a Facebook ad graphic here. Holland, talk a little bit about this. You designed this
Yes,
one,
I actually made this graphic. So yeah, you'll see it on the screen. This is just a square Facebook graphic, an ad that we've been promoting for Ethos, and it's very simple. It just is saying, attend our Chesterfield grand opening with the date and the time. This is very much in the awareness category of that CVJ, just letting people become aware of them and aware of their second location.
Yep, we're coming to your neighborhood.
Yes,
we're here.
Exactly. So that's them reaching out to a broader audience, but also some people might not have known Ethos to begin with, and this still will help just the overarching brand of Ethos.
And we have a couple episodes actually on Facebook ad targeting, actually with our data guy. His name's John Madej. He kind of walked us through how to build a really comprehensive Facebook ad, and we have that linked for you in the show notes and in the card here on YouTube.
Yeah.
Another way that we can also use the aware stage here is search marketing.
Yep. So let's say, we'll kind of get an example of this. Say that you are meeting a friend in a city you're not familiar with and you guys want to grab lunch. Like I said, you're not familiar with it. You don't know where to eat. What are you going to do? Andrew, what would you do?
I'm going to Google it, of course.
You're going to Google it.
You know, I'm going to go right there and be like, food near me.
Food near me.
Yummy food near me.
Yummy food near me. So SEO will kind of go into this too. You want to make sure that your SEO is good. You also want to make sure that your Google business profile is set up correctly and it's well done. If you guys don't know what that is, that's like if somebody Googles, then on the side it'll be like Ethos, for example, it'd be like their logo, their time that they're open, their website, their phone, all that stuff. So you want to make sure that you have that set up.
And we're sure that you've probably used that before when looking up places for yourself. And there's really easy ways to get access to that. And if you do need help, you can reach out to us at viralsolutions.net. But it's pretty simple.
Yeah. So how this kind of works into the awareness stage too is, even if I look up yummy sandwiches near me and I pick the first one off the list and I go to, say I come back to that city or I'm back in that area, I might remember some of the other names on that list and be like, oh, I remember that kind of sounded good. I'm gonna go there. So it can, even if they don't see you the first time and they go to you the first time, it's still getting your name in there and it's in the back of their brain. Then at least they're aware of you now, and that is one step closer for them to engage with you.
Exactly. So let's go to content marketing.
Yeah, just general content marketing. So one of a good piece of content for the awareness is blogs.
Yes, we still live in a Web 2.0 society, right? We haven't hit the metaverse yet.
It's coming.
But blog and SEO and content marketing is still the best way to get an audience and a customer base or a donor base aware of your existence. And so we do blogs a lot on viralsolutions.net, and we recommend blogs and podcasts and transcripts and stuff to be put on your website to be a great way to rank in SEO when people search for businesses or nonprofits such as yours.
Exactly. Having those blogs is a good way to get that SEO going. And say somebody is Googling their problem. So they're not even Googling like specific places or companies. They're just Googling a problem. And then maybe your blog comes up. Like something for us is like how to set up Facebook ads or something like that. And then maybe one of our blogs is kind of top on the list. That's why SEO is so important. But then they're aware of you. They click to your website and then they start moving through that CVJ. They get aware of you from that blog that they found on Google, and then they can just keep going.
And there's a method and a madness to it all too, because when we talk about search engine optimization, it's a whole nother topic and a whole nother discussion to dive into. And we've already done that with a great guest that we had named Maddie Osman.
Yes.
So if you want to check out that episode too, to get a little deeper dive in how SEO works in regards to content marketing, again, linked in the show notes below and in the card here on YouTube.
All right, Andrew, what's another piece to the awareness block?
It's the one that I think everyone is most excited to start, right? It's social media.
Yep.
You know, you want to market your business. It's the easiest way to kind of one-to-one kind of talk to your customer base or the people who are at least interested in you, right? So whatever one that you choose to go to, you got to have a great bio. A good suggestion is to put keywords into your bio and in the name, especially in Instagram, to kind of, help with that search results and stuff when people are looking up things. Having a great aesthetic on Instagram will help you out too. A fully fleshed out page. That's something that DigitalMarketer, our partner, also likes to preach as well, is having it fully fledged out. Have your phone number, have your email, have it easily contactable. And then on Instagram, for example, having highlights on your profile, like a start here, or maybe some different pictures of menu items, say if you're a restaurant, or different products or sales.
Or like, what do we do here? They click into that, they find out what you do.
We don't want it to seem cookie cutter. You don't want to just be posting randomly for no reason. Again, having a really good strategy behind it, and also being authentic and organic with it too, is the best way to increase your engagement, to grow your following, and have people connect with the story of your business as well. And a good tactic too would be to partner with influencers or other companies, maybe in your vicinity, in your community.
Yeah, maybe not like a competitor or anything, but somebody that makes sense for your brand. If you partner with an influencer, they have a large following and they just post about you or post a blog about you or like a microblog on Instagram, then your name and your brand is getting in front of more eyes.
That's social media in terms of the aware stage. Again, another big thing to flesh out and kind of talk about. And again, we have a couple episodes on the podcast about it too. But anyway, let's go on. We have community marketing.
Yes.
Speaking of trying to build a community, Holland, what do we got?
Yeah, so community marketing is a great thing in the awareness stage. Now, keep in mind, not every company, not every nonprofit will have a community space. It might not make sense for your business, but if it does, we highly, highly recommend that you try to get in that sphere, whether it's a Facebook group or you host your own community platform on your website. A good example of this is GoPro. The brand GoPro, they have a community where people who own the products, customers, can post their own little helpful tips on there or what you can do with your GoPro. And that's honestly really nice for their brand because they don't have to do it. It's user-generated content. Like, these are just fans of the brand and high users of these cameras, and they're helping each other out, and there's a good connectivity to it, and it just all around, it's a really successful community platform for them.
And then maybe say you're not big enough to have your own giant forum where people are actually going to be going in there all the time and answering each other. Facebook groups is another option that's really accessible that you can build right from your social media. Not every business either needs to have a community. It's not a necessity, but say if you're a nonprofit, for example, that's something that you're gonna definitely want to do. And we have an episode on that about building community connections, being a nonprofit, with a guy named Michael Hirsch, who was the co-founder of a nonprofit called LoveWorks Leadership. Go check out that episode as well. That's down in the show notes in the description.
Yeah. Honestly, the aware stage is probably one of the most important stages for nonprofits. And I feel like sometimes that's the biggest hurdle that they have to get through. We've talked to some nonprofits before where it's like, I just need to get my name out there. People don't know that we exist. I have this great community, this great nonprofit that can help out these people, and they just don't know I exist. As a nonprofit, the awareness, you really need to be putting the effort into that and really fleshing it out in your strategy.
And so we have one more thing too as part of the aware stage that helps you out, gets you there, gets you past the aware stage. We have copywriting, Holland.
So the copywriting in the awareness stage is mostly going to be informational, informative. You just want to let people know who you are, what you do.
So it's just all in the way that you write.
Yes. And you can still push sales in a way where you can kind of frame it where, hey, do you have this problem? This is my company. This is my solution to your problem. So it can still kind of be like, hey, we can help you out here, but it shouldn't be really heavy on the sales. That comes way later in the CBJ.
Okay, so there we go. That's the aware stage of the customer value journey. Pretty easy in the sense of like, understanding what you're trying to do, trying to get people to aware, maybe the methods and everything else is a lot in there. And so if you do need a little bit of help getting past that aware stages right at the beginning for your business or nonprofit, you can reach out to us at viralsolutions.net. We have a free 50-point marketing audit that we look at every aspect of your business and let you know what you're doing well maybe what needs a little bit of work. And then we work with your business one-on-one to develop this customer value journey, a brand story guide, and then also your customer avatar, which we've talked about before in the podcast. But we get that all set for you. And if you want to start out for free, you can do so at viralsolutions.net. So Holland, that's just the beginning of this customer value journey. What are we going to be talking about next time?
That's the tip of the iceberg. So next time, we're going to be talking about the next 2 stages. So a little 2 for 1.
Ooh, okay.
We're going to be talking about the engage stage and the subscribe stage. So quickly, engage stage, you start that relationship with those customers, maybe some 2-way communication. They start engaging with you by liking, sharing your content. And the subscribe stage is when they give you their contact information. That's very surface level, and we'll kind of go deeper into those like we did today with different types of content that fit into those boxes. But it's just, I love this CVJ, the way this is laid out in these 8 steps. It makes it very easy to kind of take a day, look at this, and see what strategies we can come out in this area.
Map it out. And hey, speaking of subscribe, if you want to get that episode sent right to your phone or wherever, you can subscribe to the Obsessed Marketer podcast on any platform that you want to. It's really easy. Just search up the Obsessed Marketer. We'll have links in the description for you to go subscribe and listen on your favorite podcast app or right here on YouTube. All right, let's head out of here. Until next week, I'm Andrew Hayes.
And I'm Holland Berkey.
We'll see ya.